Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and today's video. Hi guys, welcome to this week's video. So this week I'm just showing you a really quick and simple flower encapsulation. What I've got is I'm going in with my rubber base coat over a signature gel sculpted extension. I just did a really thin extension with the signature gel because I'm going to be building it up. I go in with my base coat and I do not cure it. I don't cure it because this is how I'm going to get my flowers to stick. So I'm just using these flowers that I got off of Amazon, I believe. It was just like a pack of 2. And they're really pretty, they've lasted me ages. But I just take whatever chosen colour flower I wanted. I kind of wanted something to go with the purple of the rest of my nails. So I just take it and I use my tweezers and pop it on the nail. This is why using the base coat is brilliant, because you can actually get the flower to stick. I then decided I wanted a bit more of a deeper purple to match the colour of my nails. So I just go and pick one that's either a similar size or a slightly smaller size, just to kind of balance the shape out. I didn't want to overload the nails too much, but I also didn't want to leave lots of blank space. So I just fiddle around with it. I use the ends of the tweezers to kind of just stick the nail into the base coat. And then I kind of had to think whether I wanted any of the other colours, and I decided that I'd actually wanted to switch to the other type of flowers that I've got. So that's what I do now, and I go for the really pretty like turquoisey, like sea blue kind of colour, I guess, and I just pick that up and I trim off some of the petals that I wanted to use. These are brilliant because they last ages. You can trim up as much as you wanted. I then use the tweezers and I pop it on the nail again, and I found that this bit was a little bit too big, so I actually just swapped it for a slightly smaller bit. The great thing with this design is you can add as much or as little as you wanted, so you could add caviar beads or glitter to this design if you wanted to, but I actually think that the dried flowers work really well on its own, so that's what I did, and I thought the blue complemented it really well as well. Once you are happy with the positioning of all of your flowers, cure it in the LED lamp for 1 minute, and then you can then move on to the encapsulating side of it. You can add more to this if you wanted. I actually decided that I had a little bit too much blank space closer to my cuticle, so I just popped a tiny little bit, and you can see one little bit makes a huge difference. I then go in with my clear signature gel, which, as if you'd have seen lots of my other videos, this is my go-to like poly gel. It's the SBD London brand, so it's signature gel, and I just use a slip solution just to maneuver the product around. It's brilliant, it moves around so easily, like you can see that it's so easy to use. It's really long wearing. I love it. I think it's a really great product, and I kind of prefer this over hard gels now. So it spreads, like you can see, it's like spreading like butter, so I just kind of maneuver it around the nail until I'm happy. I start at my cuticles and my sidewalls and I build it up and drag it along the nail to kind of build my apex, and I make sure that I cap my free edge. The last thing I want is my design chipping and any of the flowers coming away. So the reason you do a really thin base like sculptured nail is because you're going to be building it up when you put your next layer of signature gel to kind of encapsulate the design in. This is where you get to build your apex. If you did that at the start, when you first sculpted in your extension, you'd have a really bulky nail. And while this nail looks quite bulky already, I will be filing it just to kind of remove that added bulk. I then go in with my manicure brush, as you can see, and with some cleanser, and just to kind of get rid of all the dust. I then use my e-file just to kind of remove some of the excess bulk. I use it to neaten the cuticles up, but I actually go in with a hand file at the end just to kind of finish file. It's my favourite way to get the cuticles all perfect. And I'm actually using a carbide safety bit for my e-file just to make sure I don't cut any of my cuticles or any of the sidewalls of my nails, and I just go in and remove the excess bulk. This is a great way to remove the bulk because it's really quick and it's super easy to do. It kind of saves quite a bit of time using this than a hand file, but you can always use a hand file if that's the way you prefer to file. But I liked this just because it was easier. and like I said, I go in with my hand file just to neaten up all the cuticles and the side walls, and I just neaten up the free edge as well to make sure I don't lose the shape. And as you can see, it's now not a really chunky nail. I've got a nice apex there, and I know that I'm not going to lose any of my design. There's still enough product for when I'm filing it. I then take my little brush, remove any of the dust, and I go back in with my manicure brush. I like this because it gets into all of the corners to remove any dust. I then go in with my SBD London Tempering Top Coat, and this is the one that they recommend to use with the signature gel alongside the base coat. This is my all-time favourite top coat. It's super shiny, it's a no wipe top coat, which means I don't have to faff around with cleanser and cleaning at the very end. It's really long wearing, and overall it's just a really lovely top coat. Like I said, it's high shine and it lasts long. I do go in with a clean brush just to kind of neaten up the side walls from where a little bit of the top coat ran off slightly. You can do this if you want. I was a tiny bit sloppy there and it just kind of ran a little bit. I cure that in the lamp for 1 minute, and then I take my SBD London Tutti Frutti Cuticle Oil, and this smells absolutely insane. I pop this all over the cuticles and underneath the nail just to kind of soften it all up. The filing and the dust and the cleanser irritates that area just a little bit, and the cuticle keeps it all nice and soft. This is one of my favourite cuticles. It smells fab, and this is what the finished design is. I absolutely love this design. I think the flowers look really pretty. You can use all different types of flowers that will complement whatever colours you want. So I hope you liked this week's video. Let me know in the comments what you thought of it, and I'll see you in the next one.